Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Nuta, the Crochet World, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe to my channel, like, share and comment on my videos. And today we're going to do this beautiful pattern for a coaster. Here it is. It looks like this, and for this one I've used my 100% cotton yarn, and for this one I've used my this 3 mm of the hook. Here it is. So let's begin. So here it is. We will start with a magic circle. So just have your yarn and have your yarn around your fingers here like this. Make an X here and have the second strand of yarn at the back. Now insert your hook into this yarn like this and grab your this second strand of yarn through your this first strand of yarn and turn your hook. Here it is like this, and this is your magic circle. Now here I'm just gonna have a chain one. Now here into this magic circle we will have 8 puff stitches. So for that I will have one more chain here. So here it is, have 2 chains here, and now yarn over and insert your hook into this magic circle here. Grab your yarn and pull up your loop. So here it is, you're gonna have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over for second time, insert your hook into this magic circle and grab your yarn. You're gonna have 5 loops on your hook. Yarn over and insert your hook into this magic circle and grab your yarn, and that's your third yarn over. And here you're gonna have 7 loops on your hook. So here it is, it's 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. You got 7 loops on your hook. Now yarn over and pull your yarn through all 7 loops and chain 1. And here it is. This is our puff stitch, and we will repeat over this pattern for another 7 times. So in total we're going to need 8 puff stitches here for this round number 1. So again we will yarn over for 3 times. So here it is, yarn over for the first time, insert your hook into this magic circle and grab a yarn. Yarn over for the second time, insert your hook into this magic circle and grab a yarn. Yarn over for the third time, insert your hook into this magic circle and grab your yarn. You're going to have 7 loops in your hook. Yarn over and pull your yarn through all 7 loops and chain 1. Here it is. So we got over the second puff stitch here, and now again we will have our third puff stitch. So we will yarn over for 3 times here. Yarn over, insert your hook into this magic circle, grab a yarn. This is your first yarn over for the second time, and here it is, yarn over for the third time, insert your hook into this magic circle and grab a yarn. You're going to have 7 loops in your hook. Yarn over and pull your yarn through all 7 loops. Here it is, like this. Now keep on having your puff stitches here, and you're going to have another 5 puff stitches here. We already have over this 3 puff stitches, and we will have another 5 in here, and in total we're going to need 8 puff stitches. And I will meet you after my 8 puff stitches with 8 chain 1. And here it is. I got my this 8 puff stitches here. So it's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8 puff stitches. And I've got my this last chain 1 here, and I will pull my yarn. Here it is, and I will close my this magic circle, and I will insert my hook into my this first stitch. So here it is. This is my first stitch. I'm just going to insert my hook into my this first stitch, and we'll grab the yarn and we'll have a slip stitch here, and that's how we will finish up our this round number 1. Now for round number 2 we will go to this chain 1 space. So go in between these 2 puff stitches, go into this chain 1 space, insert your hook into this chain 1 space here like this, and grab a yarn and have 1 slip stitch here. So here we're going to have 1 extra slip stitch just to reach in between these 2 puff stitches. And now here into each chain 1 we will have 2 puff stitches here. So for that I will chain up 2. It's 1 and 2. So just chain up 2, and now here we will have 2 puff stitches into this chain 1 space. So yarn over for 3 times. So here it is, yarn over for the first time, insert your hook into this chain 1 space and grab a yarn. Yarn over for the second time, insert your hook into this chain 1 space and grab a yarn. And yarn over for the third time, insert your hook into this chain 1 space and grab a yarn. You're going to have 7 loops in your hook. Yarn over and pull your yarn through all 7 loops and chain 1. Again, yarn over and insert your hook into that same chain 1 space here and grab a yarn. That's first yarn over. This is our second yarn over, and that's going to be our third yarn over. We're going to have 7 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull your yarn through all 7 loops and chain 1. Here it is. So here this 2 puff stitches into this chain 1, and now we will skip over this puff stitch and we will go in between these 2 puff stitches, and this is our chain 1, and here again we will have 2 puff stitches into our this chain 1 space. So here it is. yarn over for the 3 time, insert your hook into this chain 1 space, grab a yarn. So that's 1, 2 and 3, and chain 1, and again it's 1, 2 and 3 here, and again chain 1. Here it is. Now repeat this pattern all the way around on this round, round number 2, and by the end of this round, round number 2, we will have 16 puff stitches, and I will meet you here. And here it is. At the end of this round, round number 2, I got this 16 puff stitches here, and now here we will go to this first puff stitch, insert your hook into this first puff stitch and grab a yarn and have 1 slip stitch, and that's how we will finish up our this round, round number 2. Now for round number 3, again we will go in between these 2 puff stitches. So for that, insert your hook into this next chain 1 space, grab a yarn and have 1 extra slip stitch here like this, and now here into this 1 chain 1, we will have only 1 puff stitch. So for that, chain up 2, 1 and 2, and now yarn over and insert your hook into this chain 1 space and have 1 puff stitch only. So here it is, it's 1, 2 and 3. Yarn over and pull your yarn through all 7 loops and chain 1. Here it is. So have only 1 puff stitch here on this first chain 1 space. Now again, we will skip over this next puff stitch and we will go to this next chain 1 space, and here again we will have 2 puff stitches into this 1 chain 1 space. So yarn over and go to this next chain 1 space, and we will yarn over for 3 times here. So it's 1, 2 and 3. We're going to have 7 loops in our hook. Yarn over and pull your yarn through all 7 loops, chain 1. Again, go to this same chain 1 space and have another puff stitch here. So that's 1, 2 and 3. Yarn over and pull your yarn through all 7 loops and chain 1. Here it is. And now we will repeat over this pattern all the way around on this round, round number 3. So again, skip this next puff stitch, go to this next chain 1 space and have only 1 puff stitch here. So it's 1, 2 and 3. Yarn over and pull your yarn through all 7 loops and chain 1. Skip this next puff stitch, go to this next chain 1 space and have 2 puff stitches here. So it's 1, 2 and 3 and chain 1 and have another puff stitch here. So that's 1, 2 and 3 and chain 1. Here it is. Keep on repeating this pattern all the way around, and by the end of this round, round number 3, we will have 24 puff stitches, and I will meet you at the end here. And here it is. At the end of this round, round number 3, I got this 24 puff stitches, and I'm here and I got this last chain 1 here. And now I will go to this next puff stitch, this first puff stitch, and will insert my hook into this first puff stitch here, and will grab the yarn and we'll have 1 slip stitch here like this. And now here, if you will count your stitches all the way around, you're going to have your 48 stitches, including your this puff stitches and your chain 1. So after every puff stitch we have our this chain 1, and if you will count all the way around, we're going to have 48 stitches, including this puff stitches and this chain 1. So 24 puff stitches and 24 chain 1s. We had our this 48 stitches here. Now we will start building our this border here. So for that, have this slip stitch. Now here I will have a chain 1 and I will go to this same stitch. So go to this same stitch, insert your hook into the same stitch here. This is our first stitch. It's just grab your yarn and you're going to have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and have your this 1 single crochet. So here it is. Into this first stitch where you had your this slip stitch, have chain 1 and 1 single crochet here. So here it is, have 1 single crochet here. Now we will go to this next stitch, and here again we will have 1 single crochet, and go to this next stitch, and here again we will have 1 single crochet. So here it is. Your first 3 stitches have 1 single crochet into each stitch. Now we will chain up 2, 1 and 2, and we will turn our work. So just turn your work, and now we will go to this first single crochet. So this is our chain 2, 1 and 2, and this is our 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, and this is our third single crochet. So we will go to this last single crochet, insert your hook into this last single crochet here like this, grab a yarn and have one more slip stitch here like this. Now chain 1 and turn your work, and now you're gonna create a loop in here. So you're gonna find your loop here, this one, and here into this loop we will have 5 double crochets. So for that, have a chain 1, turn your work, and now yarn over and insert your hook into this loop here like this. Grab a yarn, you're gonna have 3 loops in your hook, yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops, yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops. This is your first double crochet, yarn over and have your this second double crochet here. Again, have your this third double crochet here, 4 and 5. Here it is, like this. And now here we will go to this next 3 stitches. So here it is, this is our last stitch. We have already worked on this stitch. We will go to this next stitch, insert your hook into this next stitch here, grab a yarn and have 1 single crochet. Go to this next stitch, and here again you're gonna have your 1 single crochet, and go to this next stitch, and here again you're gonna have your 1 single crochet. So here it is, next 3 stitches have 1 single crochet into each stitch, and now again we will chain up 2. So here it is, it's 1 and 2, chain up 2 and turn your work. And now here we will insert our hook into our this space here. So you're gonna find your space here, this one. So we will insert our hook into this space here like this, and we will take out our this hook from our this loop. So remember, we had our this 5 double crochets and we had our this loop in here. So just take out your this hook from that loop here like this, and now we will have a front post slip stitch. So just grab your yarn here from the back and pull up your this loop from all of your this loop here like this. Here it is, chain 1 and turn your work. Now you will again create a loop in here, and here again we will have 5 double crochets. So here it is, just have a 1 slip stitch, chain 1, turn your work and have another 5 double crochets here. So here it is, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And here it is, it looks like this. And now we will repeat our this pattern all the way round on our this round number 4. So again, for next 3 stitches, 1, 2 and 3 have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So here it is, we already have worked on this stitch. So we will go to this next stitch and have 1 single crochet here, go to this next one and have 1 single crochet here, go to this next one and have 1 single crochet here like this. So have 3 single crochets here, chain up 2, 1 and 2, turn your work, and now insert your hook into this loop here like this, and go to this next loop. You're gonna find a next loop in here like this, and grab your yarn and have a front post slip stitch here just like this here, and chain 1, turn your work. You're gonna create a loop in here, and here again we will have 5 double crochets. So here it is, just have 5 double crochets here. So that's gonna be our first double crochet, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Here it is. Again we will go to this next 3 stitches and we will have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So here it is, it's 1, 2 and 3, chain up 2, 1 and 2, turn your work, go to this loop, insert your hook, go to this last loop in here, insert your hook into that loop again, and grab your yarn and have 1 slip stitch here. That's going to be our front post slip stitch. Here it is, chain 1, turn your work. You're going to create a loop in here, and again into this loop we will have 5 double crochets. So here it is, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Here it is. Now keep on repeating this pattern all the way around, and I will meet you at the end here. And here it is. I finished my this round number 4, and I'm here. And now after my this last 5 double crochets, I will skip my this slip stitch and a chain one. So this is my slip stitch and a chain one. This is my last stitch. So I've already worked on this last stitch, and here I will go to this next stitch in here and will insert my hook and will grab the yarn here and we'll have a slip stitch. Here it is. So simply just have your this slip stitch in here like this, and now we will cut our yarn. Cut your yarn and simply secure your this last stitch in here, and now hide your this ends in, and I will meet you after that. And here it is. Our coaster is ready and it looks like this. Here it is. And I hope you have liked my today's tutorial. If you have liked, please like, share and comment on my videos, and please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you into the next video. Till then, bye.